Welcome. I am Day of DHB Devotion Health and Beauty Recovery Network. I have intentionally, actively pursued wellness and recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my activities of attending AA, NA, EA, ACA, and Al Anon, I have come across many beautiful fellow travelers that have not only shared with me their experience, strength, and hope, but also other literature to help me on this recovery journey. I recommend that if this is a journey that you're also on, to consider going to the rooms in person or on Zoom and acquiring your own group of people that can assist you in this journey. And remember that you are not alone. One other thing I'd like to say before reading the reflections, affirmations, devotions, and meditations, that I have also learned so much from the people that I've encountered that I would not have known. Books, movies, things regarding recovery and wellness that if I had not been in the room, I would have not known it. And it has extremely affected my journey in such a positive manner that I will speak on it each time that I think about it. I am moved when I think about the years and the knowledge that has been passed down to me. Fair use, March 31st. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. No one denied me love. On the AA calendar, it was year 2. A newcomer appeared at one of these groups. He soon proved that his was a desperate case and that above all he wanted to get well. He said, "Since I am the victim of another addiction even worse stigmatized than alcoholism, you may not want me among you." 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, pages 141 to 142. I came to you a wife, mother, woman who had walked out on her husband, children, family. I was a drunk, a pillhead, a nothing. Yet no one denied me love, caring, a sense of belonging. Today, by God's grace and the love of a good sponsor and a home group, I can say that through you in Alcoholics Anonymous, I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a woman. Sober, free of pills, responsible. Without a higher power I found in the fellowship, my life would be meaningless. I am full of gratitude to be a member of good standing in Alcoholics Anonymous. Courage to change one day at a time in Al Anon, March 31st. Al Anon is where many of us who have lived with alcoholism begin to grow up for the first time. We learn to face the world as it really is and take responsibility for our actions. We deal with our feelings and share honestly about our experiences. We learn about ourselves and nurture our spiritual growth and our physical and mental well-being. We become responsible adults. An important part of the serious business of recovery involves recognizing our need to have fun, to take a trip, Fly a kite, attend a concert, make noise, race down the street, or blow bubbles. Lightheartedness can put troublesome situations into perspective. It reminds us that there is more to life than the problem at hand. Taking ourselves too seriously won't solve a problem any quicker. In fact, taking a break may help more than continuing to struggle. Even jello must be left alone in order to form as it should. A good laugh may be the best tool available to help us let go, and we'll come back to our task refreshed. Today's reminder: a well developed sense of humor helps me detach from my personal struggles and triumphs. I will avoid taking myself too seriously today. There is a quote, and it reads, "1 inch of joy surmounts of grief a span, because to laugh is proper to the man," by Francois Rebellius. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts. March 31st. Insides and outsides. Our real value is in being ourselves. Basic text, page 105. As we work the steps, we're bound to discover some basic truths about ourselves. The process of uncovering our secrets, exposing them, and searching our characters reveals our true nature. As we become acquainted with ourselves, we'll need to make a decision to be just who we are. We may want to take a look at what we present to our fellow addicts and the world and see if it matches up with what we've discovered inside. Do we pretend that nothing bothers us when in truth we're very sensitive? Do we cover our insecurities with obnoxious jokes? Or do we share our fears with someone? Do we dress like a teenager when we're approaching 40 and are basically conservative? We may want to take another look at those things which we thought weren't us. Maybe we've avoided NA activities because we don't like crowds. Or maybe we have a secret dream of changing careers but have put off taking action because our dream wasn't really right for us. As we attain a new understanding of ourselves, we'll want to adjust our behavior accordingly. We want to be genuine examples of who we are. Just for today, I will check my outsides to make sure they match my insides. I will try to act on the growth I have experienced in recovery. Today, Emotions Anonymous, March 31st. Reflection for today. Choices are not always easy. I do have a choice when a decision is called for. I may not recognize the choices and often say, I had no choice but to ... and so on. But the actual situation may have been that the alternative to what I chose was so undesirable, I did not give it any rank. For example, I am learning that I always have the choice of not choosing. In other words, I can ignore the situation. And I have realized that is making a choice. I recently heard the idea not to choose is to choose. Hopefully, the idea will help me learn to evaluate all alternatives more thoroughly. Meditation for today. Help me to be honest with myself and my situation. May I think about that the next time I feel short on choices. Today I will remember, choices are almost always available. Strengthening my recovery, meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. March 31st. Trait 4. We either become alcoholics, marry them, or both, or find another compulsive personality, such as a workaholic, to fulfill our sick abandonment needs. BRB, Big Red Book, page 12. When we first heard this trait, we may have reflected on all of the relationships we'd had, those we supported financially or those where we were supported, but which kept us under lock and key. There were broken people we tried to mend who had such potential. Why didn't they use it? Some of us had dangerous partners, but when they seemed to love us, the world was momentarily a happy place. Many of these relationships mirrored our childhood, but we didn't know we were reliving the past. We thought we chose these people out of normal attraction like anyone else, but that was our normal because we were only taught how to relate to compulsive, dysfunctional people. In ACA, it is comforting to find different people to relate to, those who have also had rough and tumble relationship experiences, but who are choosing a different life. We begin to see how it is possible to relate to them in a new way. We see boundaries being set and maintained. We hear vulnerabilities shared, and we start to feel comfortable doing the same. We begin to trust others and our higher power, knowing we are now capable of changing our pattern of self destructive relationships. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I will focus on my higher power and myself to find my center. This will keep me focused so that I can relate to others in a healthier way." Please like, subscribe, absolutely share, even with those you think may not have addictions or losses. You will be surprised on how many people do not share these things with others. But most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.